Bloomberg Intelligence out with a note saying this, along with Donald Trump's own comments on defending Taiwan or not defending them earlier this week in a Bloomberg Business Week interview, could be, quote, beneficial for regional manufacturers in the US. I'm talking Intel, Global Foundries, Micron. Bloomberg Intelligence analyst Kunjan Sabani is with us. You authored the note, and just dissect for us a moment how much geopolitical risk you think there is affecting some of these names that do have exposure to China.
Yeah, at this point, it's more of a headline risk rather than a fundamental risk, right? It's speculative at best, so we don't know how much to quantify. But for context, it's important to understand the run that stocks has had, right? Especially these high-flying AI names. It seems like almost nothing but positivity has been priced in. So I think this sort of, any sort of a roadblock, even if not quantifiable, sort of seems like a good opportunity for folks to lock in their profits and sort of the valuations to take a breather. Beyond that, the China risks have been there for the last 2 years. We have seen sanctions getting increased over time. But when you look at impact in terms of fundamentals and revenues, it's mainly been one or two key large players that have seen the impact. So again, the response to this news with most of the sector reacting like that seems more of a, again, headline risk at this point.
You note in your research that these are headwinds for fabless names, but the other name you linger on is, of course, Intel. And I think yesterday in the program, we were trying to understand the logic here. You know, Intel is trying to grow its own business of being a contract manufacturer for third parties. If something happens politically or in China or in Taiwan, is Intel the only alternative, the only name that would benefit directly in that line of business, Kunjan?
So you have to divide the manufacturing world into the leading edge, which is really where your AI chips and smartphone and PC chips get manufactured, and the lagging edge. In the leading edge, there's really three names that come to top: TSMC, Samsung, and Intel. And Intel's main push has been catered around to really leverage this risk point that, hey, if something were to happen in Taiwan or TSMC, we would be sort of your insourcing champion here in the US. So definitely, such news do benefit them. Again, this is not something quick. You cannot turn off TSMC tonight and turn on and take all the capacity at Intel. But in the long term, still increases, in your risk models, still makes you favor regional manufacturers like Intel and Global Foundry. And speaking of the lagging edge, I think we have a lot more options in that area because a lot of US integrated device manufacturers have their own lagging edge capacity. So there's less reliance on Taiwan in that end. But yes, in the leading edge, Intel in terms of US and Europe.
I asked that question because for the second time this week, Intel's up more than 5% in a session where some of the other names, TSMC being one, are under pressure. Bloomberg Intelligence analyst Kunjan Sabani, thank you.